Good morning everybody, Car Biker here. Despite that clock saying it's 10 past 12, it isn't. It's 10 past 11, but I've got it on New Zealand time. not any purposeful thing. I just haven't changed it for winter. It's still on British summertime, so I need to get home early, I suppose. We've had a lot of flooding, haven't we? Look at that, a lot of rain recently. Yeah, I know I'm on New Zealand time because it's New Year's Eve, and I've just been getting ready to get out on the bike because it's not raining. It has just so much rain. But as I was leaving the house, they were showing you the New Year celebrations for New Zealand. So I guess New Zealand have a summertime as well. So Happy New Year, New Zealand. See what this river's looking. Wow, blimey. Oh, I have not seen the river that high before. That's not really high so much as over. Wow. Right up to the top of the banks. It's we're near a little, I don't know if it's a village, I suppose it must be a village really, called Ticton. I know somebody who lives there and is terrified of that river going on over, because Ticton is probably about 8 feet lower than the banks of that river, and if it goes over, Ticton will be in trouble. That's it over there. I guess so far so good. The first bit with all the extra water in is actually the overflow drain, so if the overflow drain's at the top, I would imagine, not that I'm a civil engineer, but I would imagine that's getting onto shaky ground. Anyway, I thought I'd come out for my last ride of the year of 2023, hoping that 2024 is a much better year for riding, because in this part of the world at least it has been an awful year for riding. Weather wise, it's just been so much rain, so much wind. We've had about 4 storms over the last fortnight with gale force winds that even though I don't mind riding in strong winds, they've been beyond what you would go out in for fun, and the rain has been beyond what you would go out in for fun. And it is going to rain in about well, I've got to do the calculation now, about an hour's time, they reckon, about midday, proper midday rather than midday or actually midnight New Zealand. So I thought I'd get out, get a bit of riding in, and I'm going to go and have a look at something I've looked at before, but in a recent video I mentioned it again. I said I was passing Aldbrough, I was talking about Aldbrough for some reason, and I said I must go back there, because I went there before and did a video called something like Disappearing Coast. In fact, I think it was exactly like Disappearing Coast, but I'll link to it below. It was when I had the Z750R, and it was 8 years ago, according to YouTube. And it was about the, it just been in the news, in the national news. As said in the video, not often Yorkshire gets into the national news, unless there's a serial killer on the loose. But it was in the news for its, the coastline around here is, as I said in the video, disappearing. It's been washed away by the sea. And I've had another look at that video this morning after saying I should go and revisit the place. Say 8 years ago, and apparently they said then it was disappearing at 2.5 metres per year. So in theory 20 metres should have disappeared, so I'm going to go and find out. And I brought the drone with me just in case it's possible to fly, but looking at the speed of the turbines, I suspect I might be out of luck. But we can certainly go and peer over the edge like I did last time. Anyway, I shall pause and talk a little bit more when we get closer to it. Wow, that one's full as well. Oh, now in Aldbrough. This is the road that ends with a collapsed cliff. If I remember from last time, it ends with a bit of the road beyond the, the collapsed cliff, but I wonder if I'll have to ride as far as I did last time. 8 years ago, I remember this building here, I think it's a pub, and the building after it were behind the wall, so it hasn't taken these ones yet. And then there was quite a walk until you got to the edge. If those people are stood on the edge, that walk is not as long anymore.
Still quick on my feet. It's still good, even though I don't ride my motorbike anymore.
It does look a bit muddy.
Yes, it will be.
There's a lot less of it than last time I came.
Sorry?
There's a lot less of it than last time I came.
I've been here 55 years and the stuff that's gone is unbelievable.
Yeah. I came here about 8 years. I do a video on YouTube.
Oh dear.
So I came here about 8 years ago and did a video of it.
You'll do it again.
I thought I'll come back and have another look.
Yeah.
But yeah.
My dad used to say, when he was still there, when we first came up here, he said, believe it or not, it's at the end of the caravan site that was here, and it went right up.
Yeah.
A big caravan site. He said the road went up and the bus went up there. It went past another caravan site, and he said he went further past, turned round to come back. That's how much has gone on people.
Yeah.
People understand it.
Last time I came, the road that went across had just gone, I think, and it had been on the news.
Aye.
And there was still at the end, you could see where it was a T-junction, but it obviously that was a fair distance over there, wasn't it?
Yeah. I love it up here. I mean, I've often thought of moving and I'm thinking, where else do I want to go? I come from Hull and I'm thinking, go back to Hull? Nah, I don't think so.
Well, I thought today I'm going to just have a quick look, and I'm going to get a drone up above it to have a look at it collapsing.
Yeah,
so.
good for you. I'm interested to see it. Yeah.
Do you mind if I put you in the video? Because I'm recording now. But
if I don't break the camera. Now, well, if you're interested in history, look for the Bettison Folly.
Oh, I've done that one.
Seen it?
Yeah.
Relation of man.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, right.
William.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
He actually worked for what is now Hull Daily Mail.
Right.
He was one of the bosses there. Plus, he also had a brewery down High Street.
Right.
Bettison Brewery. Nothing left of it. And somebody once said to me, "Oh, the hell," he said, "I've got a beer bottle with that name on." I said, "For Christ's sake, give me. It's part of my history." I never did get it.
Oh, dear. Yeah, I did a video about that as well. Yeah. That was a couple of years ago. It was before I had a drone, so didn't fly over it. But
the family story was that William, living in Hull, when he came back in his horse and carriage, being driven, of course, it was young driven, the servants had to be on the top of the tower.
That's right, yeah.
To see him coming.
Yeah, get the tea on.
To get his dinner on and all ready for him to come.
Yeah.
But then I was talking to the guy who actually owns it, and he used to own Woods, timber, and they got it together.
Yeah.
He was going for next to out because nobody wanted it. It was insurance. And he said, my father was a plumber.
Yeah.
And he always reckoned to me that he had jobs of going up that tower to maintain the tank and the waterworks.
All right, water.
No sign of it.
Right.
Now that I think about it, in those days, they always wanted to show off. They had a few quid. You always had to draw your water from a pump.
Yeah.
Now imagine your guests come down for dinner and say, "Right, do you want to wash your hands?"
Oh, yeah.
For his pump. He said, no, you just turned it. Well, the look on their face. And I think that's what it was.
All right.
But I don't know, I can't prove. There's nothing in writing.
Yeah.
There is a picture of him in the Hornsey Museum.
Yeah.
We gave him it, well,
right.
via, but we gave him it.
Had a good chat with that fella. Peter he's called. He's actually related to the person who built Bettison's Folly, which is another video I did a while back. So I don't know how much of the chat I'll put in. I asked him if it was okay if I put some of the chat in, and he was happy with it. Wow. How much over air am I? So last time I was here, there was a lot more of this. There was actually, you could see where the road used to go around and down the front. This all used to be a caravan park, but that's now gone. This is the kind of thing that you think, you just don't really think about it changing, but it certainly does. There's certainly a lot less here. I'll have to refer back to the old video. Maybe I'll pull a still out of it. It was on the old camera, so a lot lower quality, but pull a still out and see if I can work out how much of this has actually gone. I'll stick something up in the corner or something for a comparison. Unfortunately, while I was chatting a good 15 or 20 minutes. Well, I've been chatting, the wind has got up, so I don't know what the drone's going to do. So I'll go and grab it and see if it wants to cope with this wind or if it's just going to immediately get upset with me. That was definitely not my best drone flight. I think it's one of the scariest since I got used to the drone. When I first started flying the drone, I was always quite worried that I could lose it, but then you learn quickly that it goes out of range, it loses its connection, something goes wrong and it comes back by itself. But the wind today meant that at one point I flew it out along the road and out above the sea, and then the wind caught it and he immediately pushed it about 100 metres that way whilst coming up with a warning saying the wind's too strong, I cannot come home by myself. And then I had a battery warning telling me the battery voltage was low, which is a new one, but I think that means that it was just struggling so hard against the wind that it couldn't deliver enough voltage to do it, and started to upset the batteries. So that flight got aborted. I thought I was going to be trying to find my way down to the beach and picking it up off the beach at some point in the not too distant future, but I got it back okay. So hopefully you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed having another look and having a chat with Peter, who it turned out used to ride a Triumph Scrambler, but he gave it up when he was 81. Motorcycling really does bring people together, doesn't it? Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because this has probably gone on far too long. So thanks for watching, everyone. Ride safe, and I'll talk to you all again next year.